Hello vapors, this is Vaping with an Acquired Brain Injury checking in. Bit of a blocked nose and a bit congested today. And I've got a fucking light behind me, it's annoying the shit out of me. Can't do anything about that, sorry. Anyway, I got my grafters, lovely, just cracked it open. It's quite late, I don't know what the time is. I don't have a watch, I don't have a TV, I don't listen to the radio, I don't buy newspapers. And I've decided to get out of politics altogether because it was driving me mad. Okay, I have an acquired brain injury, and I found myself upsetting people, and I thought enough is enough. So anyway, look, I did a coil build earlier. It's the Poltergeist coil. It's essentially two Clapton sections which have been hand stitched together with 32 gauge, and it's a big Becky coil. Now what I've done with the core wires is I Claptoned the core wires as well. So 26 gauge which was Claptoned with 36 gauge, two pieces. Then I had a micro Clapton which was 34 gauge Claptoned with 36 gauge. That was Claptoned onto the Clapton, the 26 gauge Clapton. And then it was split into two, so we have two pieces and we have long ends free because this thing stretches, okay, when you're stitching it together. And so you stitch it together with a 32 gauge, and you won't be able to see this, it's big and beefy. And it ohms out at 0.49, is stable, yeah, it's stable. Now I'm very low on batteries, I need 6.23 volts to fire this at 80 watts. If I go to 83 watts, click fire, it drops down to 74 watts. So I cannot go any higher than 80 watts. Unless I had a full set of batteries, then I'll be able to go up to roughly around about 100, no problem with, without any issues. But because she's so low, so high, high ohms, and my batteries are low, it just won't give me the wattage. And I love this chip in this Dogpo Twisted Messes, because every time you click that fire button, it reads the atomizer, sets a voltage accordingly, and if there's not enough power in the batteries, it'll say no, and it'll drop your watts down automatically. So you can actually see what's going on. You can watch the voltage, keep an eye on the voltage, and so where I've got 80 watts there, I don't know where we can see that. If I just pump it up to 83 watts, straight down to 74 watts. So I can drop this down to 80 and it'll give me the 80 watts. Oops, I nearly had burnt lips again. But how does she perform? You'll hear no spit back. Very smooth, very warm, very flavorful, and as you can see, and I've got fire alarms in here. I do not want to set them off. I live in sheltered housing, and we had old age pensioners and God knows what else. If the alarm goes off, the gate's open. The front door downstairs opens. and we are all supposed to muster outside, and wait for the fire brigade. And my room is quite misty at this present moment in time, so I'm not going to exploit this to the hilt, even though I'd love to, but we got to keep it reasonable. And so anyway, like, that's the Poltergeist coil. It was created by a person called Ghost Vapor, and he has a YouTube channel, and it's very good. And he puts some easy builds up, and he puts some advanced builds up. So he's doing both. He doesn't want to make it too complicated for people. He makes it very easy for people to follow what he's doing, and it's a very good channel. So check it out, Ghost Vapor. What else have I done tonight? I've been doing Helter Skelter coils again, which is essentially a Clapton section, which has been helixed with I'll say helix with 28 gauge, and it's not the easiest one to do. It's easy enough to do the micro Clapton that onto 26 gauge, but then you've got to try and get that 28 gauge, and what you'll find is it really does rub against your fingers as you're doing this. You need swivels to do it properly, to get it on there really tight. But once it is on there, the next stage is to make a coil. You've made your coil, you literally pull the shit out of it, and you tie it up on the ends, keep it on the screwdriver, then get your pliers, if I can find my pliers. Let's see if I can just do this quickly. You essentially, so you've got your coil on here like this. You've got this old coil I was messing about with, and these legs are tied together like this. So they're tied together like this because it's a very springy coil. Once they're tied together, you get your pliers, and you put your pliers here, and then literally push it up against this part of the thing, hold it there, then get your blowtorch and get that thing red hot. Once it's red hot, you can see it glowing, put it under cold water, and then you can let go of this, and you have a nicely formed coil which is not springy anymore. And so you can do a lot of things with it. So I unwound that coil, and I had another Poltergeist coil. I took a wrap off it, and then I used the Helter Skelter to do a stage heating effect on this coil. So we've got 3 wraps of the Poltergeist, and we've got 4 wraps of the Helter Skelter coil. That's going to help on the ramp up time and the resistance, and so that means there'll be less volts. I'll be able to use higher wattage, and I'll be able to vape it longer, higher wattages. So I'll swap this one over tomorrow, but in the meantime, very long ramp up time, very long. It's only at 80 watts, and it's a single coil, and you really could be running these coils. I was running these dual coil, I was running them at full 150 watts, and I got the full 150 watts, full set of batteries, and they were reading at 0.22, and it was a lovely vape. I had those installed in the iJoy Classic, and I found that the postless deck was perfect for those coils. You just drop them in there, there's no need to pull and push, and you just drop them in, tighten them up, Bob's your uncle. and just, you know, do your temperances with your tweezers and get it glowing evenly. And you've got a pair of superb coils which give very, very good flavour. And as you can hear, no spit back. So that's the Poltergeist coil. Anyway, I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to grab myself a beer and relax. And have a piece of cake. Contemplate having a shave. Can't be arsed. Anyway, all the best.